Hey, what's up, everybody? This your girl KeyIce, and welcome to the Rep My Black show. Today, unfortunately, my co-host was not able to make it. I do apologize for the delay in starting the show, but we had to switch a few things up because Grandmaster Bass Monster, he has a performance. He's a dancer, so he does his performances on Saturdays a lot of times. So unfortunately, something came up. He wasn't able to make it, but I got y'all. I got y'all. I'm going to try to be repping as best as I can. There's a lot to talk about, and I was really hoping that he would be available to talk with me today. But we do have a special guest in the building, straight out of DJ TV Network. We have Elijah from DJ TV Network. So we will be speaking with him shortly about his thoughts on some of these topics. But first, let's go ahead and start off with the congratulations and the happy birthdays. So, big happy birthday to Dior the Chocolate Doll. She is originally from Ohio, but currently repping Atlanta, Georgia. She's one of our featured artists from Music Monday. And I had the pleasure of interviewing her. She's such a beautiful person, and I hope y'all can check out her interview on our pages. You can check it out either on Facebook or on YouTube and just search Dior the Chocolate Doll under Home Base Promotions page. But shout out to her, and I know she's doing it big out in Atlanta. That's what's up. Make sure you follow her on Instagram as well at Dior the Chocolate Doll. Big shout out to Busy Bone. Happy birthday, Busy Bone. His birthday was September 12th, just a couple days ago. And he also dropped a self-titled album called Busy Bone. Y'all gotta check it out. The album is really nice. It's real smooth. It's the usual, because Busy Bone, he has his style. So it's the usual Busy Bone, smooth, mellow. That's what, you know what I'm saying? But he does come a little bit harder on some of his tracks for this newest release. So big ups to Busy Bone, of course, from Bone Thugs and Harmony, the legendary group out of Ohio. And I'm from Ohio. Ohio is where I am from. Shout out to Busy Bone. Happy birthday to 2 Chainz. I've been waiting to say that all week. 2 Chainz. I saw 2 Chainz in concert a couple of years ago. Actually, a few years ago. But he does his thing, y'all. Like, he really brings it. And I was so happy to see that it was his birthday because I already know he's going to be doing it big out wherever he is for his birthday. That's for sure. So shout out to him. And happy birthday to the beautiful Jennifer Hudson. They all had birthday September 12th. I didn't even know that. I was like, wow, that's amazing. All these wonderful celebrities, these legendary people having birthdays on September 12th. But shout out to Jennifer Hudson. She has been doing her thing for a minute. She has her Jennifer Hudson show. I have had the opportunity to check her show out a couple times, and I'm really feeling the show. And I'm just hoping that she has the best of birthdays. Do also want to say congratulations to Cardi B and Offset. They just had a baby girl. As y'all know, a couple months ago, Cardi B did file for divorce from Offset, but she was pregnant, you know what I'm saying? So she has to have the baby still. So of course she had the baby, and they actually even exchanged a kiss after the baby's birth. So I don't know, maybe they might reunite. You never know what happens there. But big shout out to Cardi B, and I know she's really delighted about her new bundle of joy. Freestyle Fridays was last night. If y'all did not have an opportunity to check it out live, be sure to go back on our page. It's on YouTube and Facebook. Right now, we're actually live streaming from Twitch and Facebook. So shout out to all of our viewers right now. But Freestyle Fridays was last night, and we had a wonderful winner, D. Paul, out of Sacramento, California. He brought it home again, y'all, twice in a row. September week 2 winner. Congratulations to D. Paul, and he did let us know on the show that he changed his Instagram handle. He changed it to d.paul916. So make sure y'all check him out on that new Instagram handle. All right. So y'all know the VMAs for this week. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week. But one thing in particular was the VMAs. A lot of people were watching it. It was actually the most watched VMAs show from the last 4 years. It had 4.09. Was it 4.09? Let me get the number right. You gotta get those little 4.09 million viewers. That was huge. And congratulations to all of the winners. Congratulations to the nominees as well. I do want to shout out a few of the winners. We had, and we're gonna, because we're an R&B hip hop page, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna make sure we just shout out those winners. Although we're congratulating all the winners, but we're specifically want to shout out some of the nominees first that unfortunately did not win. SZA was nominated for Video of the Year, and she unfortunately did not win, but she was nominated. Shout out to her. Shout out to Doja Cat. Um, SZA was nominated for Snooze. Doja Cat was nominated for Paint the Town Red, which I'm like, what? They didn't win. But, shout out to Taylor Swift, Post Malone. They did win for Fortnite. That was super big. And again, that was for Video of the Year. Then they had the K-pop winner. Shout out to them. That was Rockstar Lisa Rockstar. She won for that. Eminem was nominated for Best Artist of the Year. Taylor Swift took that one. SZA was also nominated, but Taylor Swift took that one. I do know that Tyler did bring home the album for Best Afrobeat, and she did make a statement when she picked up that award. She was like, don't just think of me as an Afrobeat star. Think of me as like a pop star, because this is basically my music. It appeals to all types of audiences, not just Afrobeat. So she was kind of like, don't just categorize me under that particular genre right there. And some people, they went on Twitter, kind of feeling like she felt, she was entitled or whatnot. So they had a few things to say. Twitter, they're crazy. They're always talking junk on Twitter. But also, this was the first year that Megan Thee Stallion was hosting. So she was the host, and she was also nominated for an award and won it for art direction for BOA. So congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion. There was a lot of stuff was going on. If you saw it, there were tons of performances. I know with some people they were saying, when is when are the actual awards going to be when are the awards going to be mentioned, because there was just so much talk about the actual performances. But SZA, she actually did win an award for Best R&B Video for Snooze later on in the show, and congratulations to her for that. Best Hip Hop Video, guess who won that one? Guess. It was Eminem, yeah, with Houdini. He actually performed for the first time since what? I think they said a decade, since like 2012. So that's the first time he had performed in like 10 years at the VMAs. So that was huge. Like they had a lot of people. It was a lot going on. I actually watched it like 3 times because like when it was over, I just kept the channel on, and I have like the VMAs app, so it's just like going on and. But I mean, because some of the performances, there are some things like because they have international acts too, so it's like just so much going on. I wasn't catching everything the first time, but I did see that new song performed by Fat Joe and DJ Khaled. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. I was wishing that they had debuted that song earlier in the summer, but I'm pretty sure since the Kendrick Lamar pop out stuff, all that was going on, that's probably why they had waited for that one. But congratulations to Snoop Dogg. He is on the cover of People magazine, and the title of it is How Snoop Became America's Top Dog. As y'all know, he covered the Olympics for Paris this past summer, and it was major. He's now, continuing to working on his projects, but I mean, it's the buzz around his name is still going. People magazine definitely honored him, gave him his flowers with this cover. Shout out to him. And huge congratulations, y'all. This is the topic that I was hoping my co-host would be here to speak with me on. But congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. He will be performing at the next Super Bowl 2025 halftime performer. He's out of Compton, California, as we all know. But let's go ahead and talk about this, because not everybody was happy with the decision to book Kendrick Lamar for the show. And I'm going to talk about some of the reasons why they were not happy. I'm actually going to stick to the facts with this one, but I will give a little bit of my own opinion near the end. But here's what a few people had to say. Juvenile was one of the people that had something to say. So here's what he had to say.
So everybody want me to speak on this Super Bowl situation. Look, I'm mad about the situation just like y'all, man. But, you know, my hatred is toward the NFL. You know, not really the people that booked the halftime show. I'm mad at the people that hired the motherfuckers that booked the halftime show. I feel like y'all should step in. Y'all done threw 11 Super Bowls in New Orleans, man. Y'all have yet to put a hip-hop artist from New Orleans on the damn Super Bowl. Sure, y'all have put artists on the Super Bowl back in the days. Al Hurt and the list goes on. Not too many. Not too many. You know, I feel like every time y'all come here, y'all should have somebody from our city on the shit. But this time it really hit hard when you don't have Lil Wayne on the show. I don't see how the fuck y'all don't have Lil Wayne doing the halftime show. Somebody that has a whole bunch of fucking hits and somebody that really deserves it and somebody that can bring out multiple artists of all genres. Think about it. So this goes to you, Roger Goodell. You need to get it right, man. You coming in our city, sucking up our cultures and making up all this money and putting all this bread in your pocket, putting all this bread in other people's pockets and leaving us dry, hanging us dry. You gotta stop.
Well, you heard from Juvenile. He is a member of Hot Boys, and he will be performing with Lil Wayne in New Orleans on November 2nd for the Little Louisiana Fest. So he was one that was like, again, there's a lot of different opinions on this, but he was one of them that was like, he blames the originators of this, like the main people booking all this stuff. And he did name a name near the end. But one thing I did notice about his shout out to Juvenile, by the way, he actually follows us on Twitter. Shout out to Juvenile. But I do want to note that his stance on it was a little bit different than, some of the other members. Because I kind of when I see Lil Wayne and all these different celebrities surrounding Young Money, Cash Money, and all that, I kind of group them together. So like, he's with the Hot Boys as far as that's his relation to Lil Wayne as far as that. But Nicki Minaj also she went off on Twitter. She was like, and Twitter's called X, but it's AKA Twitter still. But she was saying a lot of harsh stuff. But then she came back and she was like, it's possible to, love Lil Wayne and also have love for Kendrick Lamar. So after she went off, she even said the N word with an ER at the end. I was like, ooh. So she was like, Nicki, she didn't hold back. You know what I'm saying? Nicki Minaj rarely holds back. But I did see some disrespectful comments towards her about that. Some people were saying she was probably on powder. I'm like, nah, that's messed up. She's in the middle of a tour right now. And she was actually promoting her tour as she was doing these tweets. So that was like interesting. I was like, okay, Nicki, she was repping for Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I just saw all love for Lil Wayne right there. And you have to realize different people, they have different relationships with different artists. So, I mean, Lil Wayne is her bro. You know what I mean? So the fact that she went hard for him like that, people really should not have been surprised. And some people should have been happy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, she did come back at the end of all that Twitter ranting, and she said, she was like, I got love for Kendrick Lamar too. And it is possible, y'all. It really is possible to have love for many different artists. Like these artists have been bringing us music for many years, like a lot of great music. They are legends. And so we should respect their opinions, value their opinions, even if we don't agree all the time. We should value the fact that they're even speaking up because a lot of people don't speak up at all. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was cool about hers. But I mean, from Juvenile, hers was like, it was like what? She went from 0 to 100 with hers. Juvenile was more like in the, what I would say like 20 to 30s. You know what I mean? As far as his upset level, he was upset, but he was more chill. Because like even before he posted his video, he had went on Twitter and he had posted something really neutral. He was like, so what do y'all think about the Super Bowl performer choice? It was just a question to everybody. So I see him, he was trying to gauge what the fans were thinking. And so later he went and expressed his own personal view, which I thought was cool as well. Birdman. Let me see exactly. I want to read it because I know everybody was laughing at Birdman's response though. Because Birdman, he was like, mind you, he don't really post much. Like he hadn't posted since April, but this particular incident made him post immediately. And this was like a little bit after Nicki's, but he had posted, and I can't read them all verbatim because like, they cussing on him. But his first one was, SMFH, which is, shaking my effing head. So that was the very first one. And then right after that, he had posted these ends, these ends put. I can't say that one either. And then he tags Nicki and Drake and Lil Wayne in it, and then he has YMCMB, it's Young Money, Cash Money, bitch. And then he says, I make these ends respect us on Gladys, but he put respect, when they real mad, they put respect, and they wrote respect is respect. So that's the part that everybody was like, yeah, I make these ends respect us on Gladys. So they were laughing at that one because, there had been the incident where there's basically a lot of drama. Y'all know the story about between him and Lil Wayne that had went down. But then his last tweet was hating ish for real. So there was a lot of different reactions to Kendrick Lamar being announced. But, during all of this, like right after that, the next day actually, Kendrick Lamar dropped a song. I'm going to play a clip of this song just so you can hear it. It's 5 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but just so y'all can hear a piece of his song. And it's not a titled song, but he had posted this on his Instagram. Won't play all of it, but you kind of get the idea of the song. It's definitely one that you got to really think. And it's one that a lot of people were saying, man, he went hard. Because the picture, I don't know if y'all, let me show the picture. It's going to play a little bit more, but you see on the picture, you got the black Air Force Ones. So you already know the stigma behind it. Black Air Force Ones. It's basically like this, like I'm not playing with you. Like that's basically a stigma behind the Air Force Ones. But it's a very deep track, you know what I mean? And so a lot of people were surprised. Myself, this is where I get my little 2 cents here. I was actually surprised about the drop of this track, but if you listen to it in full, he is speaking a lot of stuff. There's a lot of shade behind it towards influencers, people basically that create any kind of content, on the internet. I'm pretty sure he had been seeing some of the comments that had been going around about him being chosen for the Super Bowl halftime performance, and he probably felt a certain way about that. But he did, and I actually want to shout out D1. D1 is an artist, an independent artist that he did shout out, very conscious rapper, and he did shout out D1 in that song. And I thought it was really cool, the fact that he did that because not many people, listen to some of the more conscious rappers as far as like the mainstream. A lot of people listen to them. Don't get me wrong. It's just when I'm talking about names, mainstream listeners, not many people from that, that audience really listens to them. But he did shout out D1. D1 has been giving him a lot of love on his page, on his social media profiles. He actually, a few hours ago, D1 had posted a thank you again to Kendrick Lamar. And the line of that song that does reference D1 is, I want to be empathetic, my heart like D1. So that's big right there. And D1 had said, for my character to be the source of Kendrick Lamar mentioning me in his new song is the ultimate compliment. I strive to be a light in this world. All glory to God. We gonna be all right. So, that's a real deep track. So I do commend Kendrick Lamar for that track because he's wanting people to open their eyes, and think deeper. So I get that, but I do have to say for that particular track, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say what I feel about that track real quick, but I feel like the track, leading up to a Super Bowl performance, I wasn't necessarily feeling that track. I didn't feel like it was the best choice leading up to a Super Bowl performance. a lot of Kendrick fans. I'm a Kendrick and Drake, Lil Wayne fan. I'm everybody fan. I'm everybody fan. Because I just listen to all types of music, but at the same time, I'm also, because of the type of work we do over here at Home Base Promotions, working with different artists as far as like planning out rollouts and stuff like that, I didn't feel like it was the best choice for that particular moment. But I do see why he put it out. Okay. So before I go into Lil Wayne, what Lil Wayne said, I do want to weigh in with our guest. We have Elijah from DJ TV Network on the line. So, Elijah, welcome to the show. And can you tell us, yeah, welcome to the show, Elijah. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, so he's gonna basically weigh in on what he feels was actually, can you tell us how you felt about the choice? Especially being from the younger generation.
Uh, I feel like that they made the wrong choice.
Oh, really? Okay. And why do you think they made the wrong choice?
Oh, they made the wrong choice is because he's not even like where the Super Bowl is gonna be at. Like Kendrick Lamar's not even from there, and plus, like the song that they, I think the song that they picked him for is because of his diss track that he made. Like it's a diss track, and it's not supposed to be like it's not supposed to be like kind of like a Super Bowl song.
Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. So you feel like you think they picked them mainly because they're not like us,
Yeah,
and it's a diss track, so you feel like it shouldn't have been thought about, or is that what you feel?
yeah, like it's not supposed to be like one of those songs at halftime that gets people pumped up and stuff. Like I like this. Like I don't. I kind of like the song. It's just like it's too overplayed and stuff. Like
Uh-huh. So you feel like by the time the Super Bowl come, you think people will be over it, like they don't want to hear that no more?
by the time that happens, they should be over it by now.
I mean, you did make a interesting point that I've seen a lot of people on social media making, especially ones that are from New Orleans or from Louisiana. Period. A lot of people are saying, they felt like Lil Wayne should have been selected because he is from New Orleans and he's a major star. So, are you saying you? I mean, who do you think should have been chosen? Do you think it should have been somebody other than Lil Wayne? Do you think Lil Wayne should have been chosen? What are your thoughts on that?
I think Lil Wayne should have been chosen just because like he's a really good rapper and stuff, and like he's actually from there, and like
Okay.
yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. That's what a lot of people are saying. I did hear some people from New Orleans. There's actually some trending TikToks going on right now where there's like clips of people from New Orleans. They're saying they're going to be boycotting it. And then I saw some other people from New Orleans talking about it's going to be some issues on that day. So we'll see. Hopefully everybody, keeps their cool for the most part. I feel like people that aren't wanting that type of performance, it's best for them maybe to just not watch the Super Bowl that day versus resorting to the extreme measures. Because, Kendrick Lamar, he's a GOAT too. You know what I'm saying? He's a GOAT too. And I personally do see why he was chosen. I don't agree with the fact that he was chosen this year, this upcoming Super Bowl for it, because I do feel like with Lil Wayne being a GOAT, literally a GOAT in hip hop and from New Orleans, and the fact that Rock Nation is under that contract, I felt like he should have been chosen. But there's also some other things going on at play, because they said there were some articles. Drake he actually had been asked to do the Super Bowl a few times before. The dates I saw were 2020, 2021. They said he had turned it down. Um, and so some people were saying, why did Drake turn it down? And my thoughts on that are like Drake probably turned it down because he knew Lil Wayne wanted it so bad. So it's like, that's Lil Wayne brought him in, you know what I mean? So I felt like that's probably the reason, although they said it was for unknown reasons that Drake had turned it down in the past. I'm not saying he was asked this year, I'm saying in the past.
Yeah.
But in the past, I feel like that's the reason why he turned it down. Why do you think Drake may have turned down the Super Bowl halftime performances?
And why do I think he turned it down?
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe he turned it down because of personal reasons, or maybe he just didn't want to do the halftime that year. Maybe it's because he didn't like that he didn't like the teams that were playing that year, or it wasn't his team that made the Super Bowl that year.
Well, they book the performance way in advance before they know the teams. So I don't, definitely not that. But I mean, as far as personal reasons, we don't know. But yeah, that's definitely a take on it. But let's check out and see what Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne finally did, respond a couple days after the announcement. So let's see what he had to say.
First of all, I want to say for forgive me for the delay. Um, the delay on just the delay. I want to say I had to first of all I had to get strength. I had to get strength enough to do this without breaking. Um, I must say thank you. I must say thank you to every voice, every opinion, all the care, all the love, and the support out there. Your words turned into arms, and it held me up when I try to fall back. Um, that hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown, and for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that, but I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together, but my God, have you all helped me. Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me, and I'm working. So, thank you.
Well, as y'all see, that's what Lil Wayne had to say about it. He had responded officially a couple days after the announcement. Um, Shortly after the announcement, he had actually put a post up. It was just a picture of his hands sticking out of a stage, like how they come out from the stage with a cup, and he had put "Nola Finest" on it. And when he posted that one, I personally had thought that there were plans, because other people, they were like, yeah, he had just met with Jay-Z a couple weeks ago. And I personally thought when he had put that it might be possible that there had been plans for him to perform too, you know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't being announced at that time. But then when he came out with this video, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he really wasn't part of this at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people, they're laughing about that. unfortunately, because they're saying, what made you think that you were going to be put on? You're not family friendly and all this. I've seen all the, I've seen some really mean comments about it, but I really think that it was big of him to put that video out because obviously this is something, sometimes even no matter how big you are, you still have those, you still have those dreams. It's like that was one of his dreams, you know what I'm saying? So that really hurt him because he just thought, he probably thinks of himself as a goat. I'm like, I'm the goat. I'm from New Orleans. Rock Nation is in this agreement. I'm cool with Jay-Z. He probably felt like that and was like, yeah, I got this. That's probably how he felt. He had a interview earlier in the year too, where he had mentioned that he really wanted to be put on for the Super Bowl halftime performance. But what do you think about his video? Like, what's your reaction to what he said? And this is Elijah from DJ TV on Voice here with us today.
Uh, I think I don't even know what to really say about it.
Okay, so you didn't really have like you're pretty neutral about his video. You didn't really feel a certain way.
No, I didn't really. No, I didn't really feel a certain way.
Okay,
But it is kind of sad that he didn't get picked. And it
yeah,
might be one of his dreams.
yeah. I mean, do you think he should have posted a video, or you think he should have just kept silent?
Um, he actually, yeah, I think he actually should have posted a video.
Okay.
But the picture that you talked about of him with his hand out, like where the performers walk out or something,
Uh huh.
I don't think he should have posted that.
Oh, really? Why not?
Uh, I don't think he should have posted it. It's because he was making people but think he was gonna be the Super Bowl performer and stuff. So I don't think
Oh,
he posted that.
oh, okay. I mean, that's an interesting view. Because some people, again, when he posted that one, there were quite a bit of people saying, yeah, he's gonna perform. Y'all doubting Jay-Z and all stuff. And then of course a lot of people saying the city is the one that made the choice. And um as we researched over here at Home Base Promotions, that's how it usually goes. But right now there's a special contract right now between Rock
Yeah,
Nation and the NFL, and they've also partnered with Apple Music, so they have a contract going on right now that makes that a little bit different because part of Rock Nation's specific role is to actually spearhead the actual performance for the Super Bowl and for other things that are going on with respect to music for the NFL, and it's part of their initiative for change. And so, excuse me, I think a lot of people weren't aware of that. So they were just Googling and saying, oh, they're Googling who chooses the Super Bowl performer. And of course, Google is going to spit back what the usual is, but there is a special agreement going on right now that
yeah,
supersedes that agreement. And a lot of people, and even the city of New Orleans, they came out and said that they did not make the choice, that the NFL made the choice, and that this is something that they found out about the same time everybody else did. So everybody's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people still don't believe that because they're still going to Google and they're still saying the city of New Orleans didn't want Lil Wayne. Nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? They're saying all this stuff. And I'm like,
yeah.
nah, it's deeper than that, y'all. Y'all got to think deeper sometimes. You got to think deeper sometimes. So, but yeah, I really appreciate your feedback on this topic. This was a hot one. Again, Grandmaster Baseman Star wasn't able to be with us today, but I really appreciate your feedback on it. But okay, so I do want to ask you though, before I let you go, I want to ask you, are you going to be watching the Super Bowl and are you going to be watching the halftime performance?
Yeah. I'm gonna be watching the Super Bowl. The halftime performance. I might watch a little bit of it, but I might stop watching the Super Bowl performance. Like I might watch a little bit and then I might just be on my phone or something. Like after that.
Okay. Why? Because of that song? Or just because?
uh, because of that song. Like the song's not bad. I don't like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. Would you say you're more of a Drake fan than a Kendrick fan?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense then. I see.
but I'm not choosing sides or anything.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying.
Yeah, I know. And that's one thing people are not understanding, that it's possible to like both artists or to respect both artists, but just not like the darn song. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us today, Elijah
You're
from DJ TV. That's what's up. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. There's a couple more months, few more months actually, leading up to the Super Bowl. So we'll see how it goes, everybody. But Lil Wayne, again, he has this Lil Louisiana Fest. And the Lil Louisiana Fest is coming real soon. It's coming November 2nd. It's going to be at the Smoothie King Center out in New Orleans with the Hot Boys. So make sure y'all check him out there. And hopefully, he's still not down about the Super Bowl thing. I'm pretty sure the city of New Orleans is going to pep him up. You know what I'm saying? Get him pumped up for that. Rick Ross has he's usually trending because he's always saying all kinds of stuff. But he most recently he's been trending because he's still thinking about when his entourage got beat up, basically out in I mean that's the best way. I try to word things the best, the nicest as I can on this show, but they kind of got, I'll just say kind of, they got they kind of got whisked a little bit from the fact that he was playing some music that was anti Drake out there in Canada when he went out there to perform. And, he made some, he was kind of taunting it, and the fans didn't like it. So, yeah, they went at him and his entourage. But he has been in the news recently about it because he came out and said that if he had people that were a little bit I'll say it exactly. He said he would have stripped Drake's fans of their drawers and socks if he had the right crew. That's what he said. So, yeah. But my thing is, I kind of feel like when you're a superstar, celebrity, you just got to make sure your crew is always tight. You know what I mean? You want to make sure they're always good. But that's what he's saying. He definitely had something to say. He didn't want to just leave that out there like that. Um, And as y'all know, unfortunately, Rich Homie Quan passed away the other week, and it's been really tragic. The whole thing. I know that there is a memorial service for him, and that was just announced a few days ago. But there were some details about surrounding his death that recently came out, and I did just want to let people know about that. His dad, actually, Rich Homie Quan's father, recently revealed that Quan had he had just finished a 25 song project, and that he has over 2,000 unreleased tracks. That's huge. Like he literally was about to drop a whole album. And it's just really sad. Hopefully his estate will still, go ahead and drop the album so we can hear his music. But when I saw the part about over 2,000 unreleased tracks, that's insane, y'all. That's a lot. So, most likely we'll be hearing a lot more music from Rich Homie Quan, that's a blessing, that his voice and his music will still live on. I know, like he's definitely a legend in the Atlanta area, and just for hip hop period, like a lot of his songs just, we're still singing them to this day. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to Rich Homie Quan. I know that also just regarding his death in general, in the news, there were some things that had came out about how he had passed away. I don't want to get into all that. I don't like talking about the sad stuff, but you can definitely, look that up if you are wanting to know a little bit more information about that. But definitely condolences to his family for sure, for sure. Tory Lanez, there's some things that recently went down. There's some type of prison raid that had went down But he published a statement on his Instagram page about it. It's a long statement. I am going to read a little bit of it because I'm actually just going to read the part where he's helping people. You know what I'm saying? Because he's in there for something that wasn't cool about the Megan Thee Stallion thing. But since he's been in there, I think he's been going through a whole lot of different things, and it's probably made him think about some stuff. So he had recently published to his page, he had put the rumors are true, the prison tapes, and that's basically he was working on a project called the prison tapes because been he had been doing like making music while he's been in prison. So he had put that the prison tapes will be discontinued until further notice. And then he said, however, I think it's important that my fans know the truth about the crooked A ish that's really going on in here. My cell was not rated and trash because I learned how to hold on a second. Because I learned how to record myself in prison or because I created the prison tapes. I was shut down because the higher ups figured out what I was really doing with the prison tapes and how many inmates were being helped in a life changing way because of them. So he was working on a project called the prison tapes, and his cell was rated. And basically, is that project is halted at this moment. But anyway, he has a few paragraphs. You know, it's a really long statement, but I will go on and say I'm just going to summarize near the end of it because he did end up saying that he's helping out some inmates right now. He said, although the higher ups have stopped the prison tapes temporarily, they were too late to stop my overall plan. Since the month of July, I've afforded legal representation for 472 inmates and actively reopened 476 cases. With the help of legal firm Unite the People, with the help of the legal firm Unite the People, so many inmates will be returned to their families and loved ones. I'm naming this the Hands of God Project. So, you know, even though he's in there for something that wasn't so cool about what he did, he's in there trying to help others. And we do gotta, you know, shout him out for that. You know what I'm saying? For helping other inmates in there. And he talks more about the whole system in his statement. You can definitely check it out over on his page on Instagram at Tory Lanez. Tyrese has also been trending recently this week because of an incident that happened with him. There were a lot of reports saying that he actually had got um, that he was arrested and stuff like that for unpaid child support, and there was that was actually an incorrect statement. He later went on his Instagram live saying that he was not actually arrested, but he was more like detained, you know, just to he said he wasn't handcuffed or anything like that. So he made that clear on his Instagram live. There were probably about a little bit over 1,000 viewers on that Instagram live. So there's a lot of people that didn't hear about this, but he did talk on it. I'll say it was a good 20 minutes, about 20 minutes. Well, maybe 15. But he was just clearing some things up, said he was not arrested, but the issue was regarding some child support. He basically was saying one of his baby mom, he has, you know, baby mamas, so he has one in Georgia, one in California. He was paying his baby mother more in California than the one in Georgia had been receiving. The one in Georgia found out about it, and that is what he is saying allegedly prompted the, you know, the change of the child support agreement. So the reports, they were saying that he had to pay 73,000, but he's basically saying that his lawyer, you know, once he did um, get in that situation, his lawyer submitted an appeal, and they're going through an appeal right now. So a lot of the media were reporting his situation incorrectly. You know, I want to say I don't even like to use the word clickbait, but there was definitely some clickbait type stuff going on. We actually have some footage from his Instagram live. Um, I'll say that near the end of that. So we're gonna be posting that over on our YouTube. We might post a little reel over here on Facebook. I'm not sure, but we'll definitely be posting the full part of the video that we have over on our YouTube regarding that. And he's basically one thing that I do want to note, because he was really upset by the fact, because he just released a movie project as well as an album. And so he was just saying that he was apologizing to the people he's been working with, because he was like, I can only imagine how y'all felt with all this positive news one day and then waking up to all this negative news that's linked to you. So he was apologizing to them because even though it wasn't directly about them, they were being affected by the negative news about him. So I thought that was really cool of him to do. But yeah, make sure y'all check that out. We'll be posting that later this evening on our YouTube, and then a clip over here on Facebook as well. Coi Leray, let's talk about her for a minute, because she did go on an angry Instagram. I was like, what? She has her Instagram broadcast channel, and she went on a really explosive, angry rant over there. And I say reason I use the word explosive is because it was like, where's this coming from? It was just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? But it was over 70 texts about it. She sent a combination of text messages, images, all through her broadcast channel, and then at the end, she left 3 voice messages. And she was really upset. Basically, she's been dealing with some issues from a bad publishing deal that she had gotten into from many years ago. She had mentioned 1801. She's currently with Republic, but the rant was mainly over about some of the deal that she had when she was with 1801. She did name drop some people during the rant, but basically she said the reason she hasn't put out music is because she's going through a court process regarding this bad deal that she had. She even had said that when she was 10 years old, she signed only for 25,000. Well, this group, they got 1 million. So she's really spilling some tea over there on her broadcast channel. I don't know if you were to sign up for the broadcast channel now, if you would see those messages. I don't know if it goes back in time. I can't remember about that. But I do want to say that she was really upset. But when she went on voice, because basically she was like, man, when I'm texting y'all this stuff, I just I say anything basically, and I just my emotions are getting so high. So she went on voice. She sent 3 voice messages that were a little bit more calmer than what she had been texting. But she was just saying she's gonna follow up with her fans on Monday. So we're gonna see what she's talking about on Monday. But she basically was saying, that's the reason I haven't been dropping music. So if y'all have been wondering why Coi Leray hadn't been dropping some music, because she had been going viral for a minute, and she did kind of like, it was like, where's Coi Leray? She recently got back with Trippie Redd. They rekindled their relationship, so she had been posting a lot of pictures with him and stuff. But as far as her music, everybody was like, when you dropping again? So that's what's going on with her, if you were wondering. And Diddy has another case, and this another lawsuit is by Don Richardson, and she's formerly of the group Danity Kane. She sent a few things in her lawsuit. This is all allegedly stuff, but as far as it relates to her, she's saying that he had allegedly grabbed her butt and breasts in a dressing room and locked her in a car for hours, and she had to call her dad for help to get out. So that's the part about that. She later said something about how he had punched Cassie at a dinner, and she name dropped some people that were there. I was like, what? But this is like alleged stuff, so I'm not gonna name them. I'm just gonna stick to the part she said about herself. But you can definitely look up the details of the case that's going on. He's just been, yeah. I know he's been stepping out and stuff like that, but at the same time, he still got these cases going on. I think he might want to handle them cases. You know what I'm saying? Chriseanrock, she recently was released from prison, and this actually happened because we had just finished our show last Saturday. We were gonna mention it, but we ran out of time. But we wanted to just let y'all know I'm sure y'all know already. It's been a week now, but she is out of prison. she renamed her son. Her son is no longer Krishan Jr. He's now Krishan Jesus Porter. So no Junior no more at the end of his name. But hopefully, what I notice about her, she tends to be cool when Blueface ain't around, but then when Blueface pop back up, then she starts acting the other way. So hopefully, this time, she'll just keep it cool. She's been keeping it cool right now, so we wish her the best with the baby and everything. Lil Durk has a birthday show coming up in Chicago, Chi-Town. Shout out to Lil Durk. It's the first ever birthday bash he's done in Chicago, and it's going to be October 20th at the United Center. So make sure y'all get the tickets for that. And again, we mentioned it earlier in the show, but just to remind you, Lil Wayne has an upcoming show with the Hot Boys. It's going to be the official Hot Boys reunion. It's going to be called the Little Louisiana Fest, November 2nd at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. It's going to be major, especially, yeah, there's a lot going on to where you already know it's going to be major. But that was what we had for this week. I do want to thank y'all so much for tuning in because it's been one of those days. Like, first of all, it's been one of those days, but it's been an even bigger week. There's been so much going on. Um, I will also say, you know, Grandmaster Bass Star, my co-host, he wasn't able to make it today, but he's out at a performance right now. So we wish him the best for his competition. It's a competition performance, so we wish him the best for that. And um, we will be posting the clips, as I mentioned earlier, from Tyrese over on our YouTube and Facebook. If you are an artist that would like us to review your music, because we do the music reviews for Home Base Radio, we have over 50 playlists on Spotify. We have playlists on Apple Music, and we have playlists on YouTube. So if you're trying to get on one of our playlists, the way to do it is to send an email to us. You can go to any of our pages and see the contact information. It's homebasepromo@gmail.com. That's one way to do it. Or you can go to homebaseradio.com's website and submit directly on there. But it's about to go down. Y'all about to see some changes, you know what I'm saying? We gotta always make the changes for you. But we really appreciate y'all for following the page and for checking us out. I actually wore this, I'm like a bandana person, but I haven't really been wearing them on the show. But I'm a bandana person. I wanted to wear this to show that, because for the people that were saying Lil Wayne shouldn't be performing at the Super Bowl because of his image and stuff like that. I even saw some people talking about his political views, and I'm like, you shouldn't look at that because you really shouldn't look at people's political views. I also saw some people talking about him not really advocating for Black Lives Matter when that was really huge. Just a lot of different things, and the fact that the Super Bowl is during Black History Month on February 9th. There's been a lot of speculation about that as well. But I wore this because it's to show that, the image is not necessarily like what you see. It's not necessarily what you should judge a person on. You shouldn't judge a person by how they look. And I know a lot of people that wear bandanas, they be like, oh, you ghetto, you hood, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. You never know what that person really is doing, what they're really going through. And that's the main reason why I wore it. But I do want to shout out my cousin's line. It's this logo is for Pray Over Pray clothing line. Shout out to Bebe, my cousin Bebe. But yeah, he's out of Ohio, but he's currently in Los Angeles. So if y'all want some Pray Over Pray, I think he had halted it for a little while, but he's coming back with it. So if y'all want some Pray Over Pray, it makes you think, you know what I'm saying? That's a brain. If y'all don't see it, how can I show? Okay, there you go. That's the brain. You know what I'm saying? That's the brain. So make sure y'all check him out. Pray Over Pray. So, and I think it's Pray. Yeah, Pray, like regular Pray, Pray over Prey. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's real deep. It's real deep. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been the Rep My Block Show. I'm your girl, KeyIce, and hope you have a great one.